Hello everyone, it's 26 Bond, Rob from the UK, with another Maiden update for you all. Hope everyone's well. The first thing I want to show you today is a bootleg 7-inch single, which I'll show you here, which I managed to get from the Reading Record Fair. Now this one is Bruce Dickinson's audition for Iron Maiden in September 1981. It's a 3-track recording. And it features Twilight Zone and Wrathchild on side 1 and Killers on side 2. Now this was recorded when Bruce went down to the studio to sing over a couple of tracks to see how his voice sounded, just prior to agreeing to join Maiden. So they issued this on blue vinyl and also on a black vinyl, and my one is the black vinyl copy. It's not too expensive, this one. You can pick up a copy of this for around about £8. If you go onto disc-coveryrecords.co.uk, they're selling this one on there if you want to pick it up. A few things. What I'm going to do today, these are a lot of finds I've got from eBay, record fairs and shops and so on. A lot of these look like regular releases, but they are actually a lot of them foreign pressings, and pressings I've not owned previously. Now this one is obviously Aces High. This is a 7-inch. This is a French Pathé Marconi edition. It's a nice variation of that single there. Bit of the vinyl. All good. Plays lovely, that one. So I was really happy to get that one into my Maiden collection. This one is a rare one. This is a Portuguese copy of Peace of Mind from 1983. Maiden's 4th album. There you go. Now the rare thing about this one is that the last song, To Tame a Land, is actually renamed here. Sorry, I'm working in reverse. Is renamed. What am I doing? There you go. Dune, if you can see. There you go. The last song on side 2, track 5, is Dune. The actual song To Tame a Land was written, inspired by Frank Herbert's novel Dune. It's actually about the world of Dune, and various aspects of it are actually mentioned within the song. They tried to get permission from Frank Herbert to actually entitle the song Dune, but he didn't want Maiden to do it. He thought all rock bands were done. So on other pressings, such as this one, this is a Dutch copy, which I've got to show you as well. You see, the last song is actually called, like in the other releases, To Tame a Land. Okay, so that's the Dutch copy, and I believe the Portuguese copy, which is this one here, is the only one that had that error. So that's quite a cool one for the collection. So yeah, just showing you that. This one is Peace of Mind. This is from Holland. And it's got Made in Holland at the bottom. There you go. The next one, I've got a huge collection of Made in Japan stuff. This one is a copy from Italy, an Italian copy. This one opens from the top. The vinyl looks a bit like this. So it's got the beige EMI label in very, very good condition. Plays super, this one. And it's got a nicely designed badge just there for a special price. Another variation is this one. I can't get used to this camera today. Is this one here. And it's got a slightly different promotional sticker on it. This is a New Zealand copy, so you can see the colours are a little bit more washed out. There you go. Love collecting various pressings from all around the world. This one's actually on the Harvest label. There you go. And once again, for its age, this was released in '81. It's just in fabulous condition. Now I think I got the New Zealand one, the Kiwi one, from eBay, and actually I think I got the Italian one from eBay as well. very recent additions to my collection. Pop these two away. There you go. Okay, the next thing is a bootleg. This is a Spanish bootleg called the Italian Job. These are made in Spain, I think. No, this is a Japanese bootleg, sorry. Earth Dog Records this is on. This is a limited edition picture disc copy. This is number 151 of 300. Recorded at the Palace Sport in Gorizia, Italy, April 2, 1981. So it's got the fake sort of OB and things like that. Lovely package. The only thing I'd say with this is that the actual picture disc is a real heavy bit of work, which is good, but I have to struggle to get it onto my turntable. The hole in the middle is actually just a little bit too small, and it's quite hard to get on and off. So if anyone from Earth Dog Records are listening, maybe on next releases you can perhaps make that a little bit smaller, because it's basically put me off playing it again. But it's a beautiful looking Maiden package. This is another copy from Spain of Killers or Asesinos. There's a slight variation on the one I already own. The back titles are slightly different laid out. This one's not in quite as good condition. There's a bit of ring wear at the top and the bottom, but plays okay. This is a UK pressing of picture disc pressing of Flight of Icarus, along with I've Got the Fire on the B-side, which is an old Montrose track. This was the first appearance of drummer Nico McBrain, who in the video dressed up as like a mad monk and blued his face up and held out a brain. So all good stuff. This is another bootleg. This is number 73 of 100. This is Maiden live in London at the Ruskin Arms 1980, with original Derek Riggs artwork on the front. Now this artwork here, many people think, oh, is that Eddie? And it isn't. This was actually painted prior to him doing the artwork, which ended up being named Eddie and being on the front of the first Iron Maiden album. This is more of like a cyber looking fella, and he's got like all the metallic face and stuff like that. So it is a real Riggs artwork, and it's lovely, this vinyl. Look at that, absolutely brilliant. Sort of cornflower yellow, and as you all know, I'm a huge fan of coloured vinyl. It's all good. So that one was a bootleg. I got that on Discogs. I got that for about £15 shipped from France. This one came. My bootleg collection of Maiden is growing almost daily now. It's a bit frightening. This is a US pressing of Power Slave with the textured sleeve on Capitol Records. There you go. Inner sleeve, nice pressing this one. Very pleased to own that. It's probably my 7th copy of Power Slave now. This is a German copy of Killers. No, it isn't. It's a German copy of the Iron Maiden debut album. A little bit damage on the back of this one, sadly. But plays absolutely beautifully. And it's got a superb EMI label. Look at that. Very, very nice German label, that one. Big fan of that. So that's some of the Maiden editions that I've got through the post recently, and there's more coming. But just wanted to show you. Actually, I've got a couple more Maiden to show you, but I'll just put this one in as well. This is a bootleg. This is called Tom Sawyer by Rush. This is a double live bootleg. It's not in great condition, but this is actually recorded at Long Beach Arena on the Moving Pictures tour. So that was a bootleg I managed to pick up for about £8. And as we all know, Rush bootlegs are notoriously in the UK hard to find, certainly on vinyl. So I was really happy to get that. It's pretty good recording. Okay, last two things. This is a 12-inch Holy Smoke with Kill Me Ce Soir and All in Your Mind on the back, and it does include the massive tour poster, which I'd love to get out and show you, but I'd never be able to fold it up. I never want to get a bit bored. But that's almost mint condition. And finally, an original UK pressing of the Power Slave picture disc, UK edition. Ecstatic to receive this one. I've never owned this one before. Now, one thing, if you're curious or you want to know if the bootleg you own or the Power Slave picture disc you own is actually real and not a bootleg, play the track Power Slave, and about halfway through it's basically it goes to 45 RPM for about 15 seconds, and that is only on the original picture disc. It's like a mixing error. So I tried this one out in the shop in Frome, and it does do that, and it does play pretty well for a picture disc as well. A little bit scratchy as they all are, but there you go. Just some news as well. I noticed on the Iron Maiden website that Maiden are reissuing and re-releasing double picture disc, or not double picture disc, but picture disc versions with gatefold sleeves of the 1980s studio albums, plus a double picture disc of Live After Death, and I am so excited about that. You can do a pre-order at numerous stores, but if you go to whatrecords.co.uk, they're doing Iron Maiden and Killers for $19.99, and that which is going to be released on the 15th of October this year, the first two, and the following month they're going to release the other two, Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind. They're going to have a break in December. Then January is going to be Live After Death, no, Power Slave and Live After Death, and then finally in February, Somewhere in Time, then Seventh Son. Now, what records are saying, if you want to get them on the day of release, you have to order them in batches of 2. So what I've done is I've ordered the first 2, and they'll be sent to me on the 15th of October. If you buy those 2 and pre-order the other ones, they will only be sent out at the end of February when there's a whole set to send you. So if you want to receive 2 at a time, don't pre-order all of them, just buy 2 a month, if you see what I mean. So I'm well excited about that. It's caused some debate on the Iron Maiden fan club website and YouTube as well. We're having a good rant on the YouTube vinyl community page yesterday. Some thought it was a bit of a cash grab, while others like me are just happy to get anything Maiden vinyl. You know, I think we're quite fortunate that Maiden still release things on vinyl, because a lot of bands don't. So there you go. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. Hope everyone's enjoyed the video. Hope everyone's well, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Cheers.